So this is the Dell Venue 8 Pro running Windows 8.1. And you can see a radio on this side. Okay, so that's a 2.4 gigahertz radio that you can incorporate into that. So it's actually a dongle that goes in. So that's very handy if it's raining. And this allows one person operation. So in the past, you'd have a computer, someone with a rope. It turns into being 2 or 3 people need to go for a measurement. So by having this tablet, it allows one person to do the operation, to simplify it. So this is actually this is a flood in San Diego, California. It doesn't happen very much, but if it does rain, it's a big issue. This is an example of a one-person operation using river surveyor model. Okay, so we have different options. The first option is connecting this M9 directly to your computer. So it is possible to take this cable and the M9 and go directly to your computer. So that means if you're using a boat, maybe a small little boat, a rowboat or something, you can connect it directly to your computer. That's fine, but you're only going to get bottom tracking. On this cable, you'll see 2 serial connectors. One serial connector, and this one. So one serial connector goes to your computer, and there's a USB converter that goes into your computer. So that's for communications. One goes into your computer. And then we have a second COM port. Any ideas what the second one is for? Anyone? So if you have your own GPS, if you have your own differential GPS, you can connect it to this port. The requirements is the data needs to be at 10 hertz coming in. You need 10 hertz coming in here, and it needs to be the GGA VTG string. So it's NEMA 182, 183, 232 coming into here. If you have that, then you can use your own. So we have a lot of customers that have their own boat, maybe a small outboard motor boat, or a rowboat, or a kayak, and they have an antenna. They can go right into here and then operate on their computer. Okay. The second choice is we have an integrated system. So it's the SonTek differential GPS. That means taking our, using our GPS together with this PCM when they operate together. Okay, so it's a fully integrated GPS system. That's the second choice here. And that's differential. And that's 1 meter and less accuracy across. So you can imagine if your river is 10 meters, and you're getting one meter accuracy, the error is 10% acquisition. If you have a 100-meter wide river with 1 meter, it's 1%. So as you get to bigger and bigger rivers, DGPS, differential GPS, is okay for big rivers. But as you get to these smaller and smaller channels, that's when you start to need to think about RTK or a different technique. Okay, so the third choice is RTK. And that's the example here, where we have a base station here that's collecting this data here. We just released a new version of RTK, which is called Absolute RTK. So if you have a benchmark location here, you can actually load that into the system, and it gets you a much better position. You're referencing when you try to put it onto your map if you're using GIS. So that's a recent advancement that we've had. So with DGPS, with RTK, you can actually get 3 centimeter accuracy. So if you're in a 10-meter channel and it's 3 centimeters, yeah, you're getting much better data than if you're using DGPS. In some conditions, you might lose we have 2 strings. One is called GGA, and the other string is called VTG. Does anyone know the difference between GGA and VTG? Anyone? Do you know the difference? What's the difference?
GGA is the position measured by satellite, and the VTG is the velocity measured by satellite.
That's right. So that's correct. So GGA is a position-based, so it's measuring the change in position. Whereas VTG is actually measuring the Doppler shift. So from the satellite, the GPS satellite to the receiver, they're using a carrier frequency. So as the boat is moving, there's a small shift in that. So it's very similar to what we're doing in the M9, actually. So it's measuring this Doppler shift between the satellite and the receiver. And they're using that to calculate this VTG. So if you're in conditions where there's tree cover, okay, trees or tall buildings. So if this is your river section here, and there's a lot of trees, or you have a tall building here, and your satellite is here, and this is your boat with the GPS. The signal, some signal will go like that, some signal will come off of here and go that way, some signal may go this way and then bounce this way. So you can have these multi-pathing situations. Okay, when there's a tree canopy or tall buildings, you can have multi-pathing. So GGA is affected by multi-path. So if you have trees and buildings, you can have these multi-path errors into your position data. Okay. So that's something to watch out for, is multi-path. With VTG, because this is Doppler, it doesn't matter. Just like Snell's law, which I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter. The signal is independent of the path. So the Doppler here, here, and here will all be the same. So VTG is a very nice backup. So as you're a hydrologist and you go to the river, you have a tool belt. Sometimes you use RTK, sometimes you use DGPS, sometimes bottom tracking, sometimes stationary. Sometimes you need VTG. Because if you go back to the office and you have no data, it's very bad. Your manager's like, what did you do today? He becomes very angry at you, right? So you need to have many tools when you go to the river. Because it's raining, it's very expensive. So you want to make sure you have all your tools with you. This is another tool that you can use, VTG. So I've been in China, I've been in Vietnam, and Thailand, where there's tree coverage. This GGA string, I'll tell you more about that. This is based upon what's called SBAS. Okay. So you might know about LBAS. Do people know about SBAS and LBAS? So these are correctors. This is a satellite-based corrector. This is on land. Okay. So what we use was what are called satellite-based correctors. And in this part of the world, there's a Japanese satellite called MT-SAT 1 and 2. And they transmit this SBAS corrector that we use. Okay. We don't use the land-based correctors, but we use the satellite-based correctors. So in Taiwan, Japan, Indonesia, Singapore, it's very good. We get very good SBAS coverage. But in Western China, we don't have it. So we use VTG. So in Chengdu, Chongqing, a lot of time we use VTG because it's outside of this S-pass coverage. Luckily in Taiwan, you're okay because the satellites are located here, this Japanese satellite. So you're very good for S-pass coverage. But still, if you have tree coverage in buildings, you want to fall back to VTG. This shows about the direct connection. I mentioned earlier about using that 10-meter cable to go directly from M9 to your computer and then connecting to GPS. Oh, I'm okay, but for them,
需要休息一下吗？
do people want to take a rest? I think you're sitting down, so I think you're very. But do people need to use a washroom or something? We have 2 days, so we don't need to rush through all this.
上个洗手间，因为我们的课程是现在是休息，可以中场休息。那待会会比较连续3到中，所以我们可以休息个15分钟。那在休息期间，大家可以互动一下。